A new report from the University of Alberta's Alberta Land Institute shows urban areas are expanding at the expense of high-quality agricultural land. Now, urban encroachment is not new, but these numbers might surprise you. In the Edmonton-Calgary corridor between 1984 and 2013, the project shows urban areas expanded by 50%. Dr. Brent is one of the principal investigators on the research team. He's joining us now in studio. Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here.
We were talking in the break ahead of the interview that the area around Edmonton, that expansion is happening really fast as well. Tell me about that. Let's start there.
Yeah, we looked at three time periods, right? 84 to the mid-90s to 2000 or so, and then 2000 to 2012. So for sure in that most recent period, we saw that the urban area of Edmonton expanded about 3 times faster than that same area around Calgary, right? And really expanding to kind of fill out to the city boundaries, except for the northeast area of the city.
Now we know, of course, people need somewhere to live, and a lot of people want their, their own place with a backyard and everything. But what is the risk of losing some of that high-quality agricultural land?
Yeah, we think that there's, people should be concerned and are concerned for a few reasons, right? One is that some of the land which is feeding our farmers markets with vegetables and our U-picks and things like that, which are accessible to people. So, that's one. The second one is the agriculture industry, and we think that there's a push on farm prices. And so, as people think about their land as something that can be expanded onto, or that can be settled for rural residential, for acreages, that there's kind of an upward pressure on farm prices, so that farm prices are getting less and less about the capability of the land to produce agriculture, more about its value as an investment. It
could be more valuable as an eventual subdivision, that sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly. So both around the cities, and then there's a spillover effect to much larger areas as well through rural residential.
And then they get pushed out farther and farther as well.
Yeah, we see that kind of knock-on effect, that as the developed areas expand, that pushes into agriculture, and then you see a push of agriculture further into areas like the forest lands, more to the west of the city.
And your report also looked at the potential appetite for people putting some money towards conservation efforts. Tell us a little bit about what you found there.
Yeah, we didn't know what we would find with that. So we did a survey of 320 residents of the Edmonton metropolitan area and asked them about what their concerns were about growth. Did we had too much growth or too little growth? Were we worried about the natural areas? Were we worried about agricultural areas? And about 80% of people said that they were worried that we were perhaps growing too fast and losing farmland too quickly. So we also presented those people with sort of a choice and say, well, if you had the choice between the current situation and some situation where you may do a one-time increase in your taxes to finance something that would help to conserve farmland, would you be willing to do it? We found 80% of people, again, would be willing to do that, at least some amount.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, there's sort of a hardcore of 20% of people who feel all development is good development, but lots of people I see the kind of trade-offs associated with it.